When people ask me what is my favorite football story, actually nobody has ever asked me that, but should anyone do so, I have my answer ready. It's the most bizarre football moment that I know of. Surely, by now you have of course figured out that I'm talking about the game between Barbados and Grenada in 1994. But sometimes to get quite unusual story, you need to change the rules of football a little bit. And that's what happened in the Caribbean Cup in 1994. The organisers of the tournament decided that there should be no draws for whatever reason, and should the game finish in a draw, the teams would go on to play for a golden goal. Basically that means that whoever scores first wins the game. But that's not the unusual rule. You see, nowadays the golden goal is pretty rare, but back in those days it was fairly common. The unusual rule was that this golden goal would count as 2. And that already happened in the second game of the Group A fixtures. After beating Barbados 1-0, in Puerto Rico's second game against Grenada, it finished goalless, and Grenada went on to score the golden goal, therefore winning the game 2-0. So it was quite clear that in the final game, Barbados had to win at least by 2 goals to qualify. And everything went according to plan. They were winning 2-0, but in the 83rd minute, everything changed. Grenada scored a goal to make it 2-1. Now Barbados had to score once again to win by 2 goals. But as the time went on, they were desperate. And with only 3 minutes left on the clock, they decided to do the smartest thing in football history. You see, rather than trying to score within the next 180 seconds, it would be easier for them if the game would finish in a draw. And then they would go on to score the golden goal, which would give them the 2-goal lead. So they went ahead and scored an own goal. Now Grenada had to score another goal. Or they could just use Barbados' tactic. They could just score the own goal and basically getting qualified by losing the game. So now Barbados had the most ridiculous task on their hands. They had to defend both sides of the pitch. Remarkably, they managed to defend both goals, and they would go on to score the golden goal. Grenada's players and staff were furious, but the result was final. Grenada's manager, James Clarkson, let his feelings known after the game. Barbados got knocked out in the later stages of the tournament, but it was the way they qualified that everyone was talking about. Needless to say, double golden goal was never used again.